It was the moment that left millions of television viewers around Australia sobbing. And 40 years on, the death of Molly Jones as her husband Brendan and daughter Chloe flew a kite can still bring the tears, even to someone who was there. Emily Nicol began playing Molly and Brendan's daughter Chloe when she was just 6 months old.
Well, here's Mummy.
Okay, little monkeys, where's my good bucket?
What are your memories of the scene where Molly passed away?
I think I was about 3 or 4. So the actual day and shooting is very vague. I have a very strong memory of being with the cast and the crew and on set. You know, I felt very comfortable and emotional, but emotionally safe. But the memories have come through other people and watching it back as an adult.
But why did Molly have to die? The whole reason Molly had to die was because Anne Tenney had made the decision to move on. That's a big decision to make, isn't it?
It's a very brave decision, and at my age now, I don't know that I would be doing it, but to look back at Annie, who was a young, beautiful performer that everybody literally was in love with from the show, it was a terribly brave move. But of course, she went on to do The Castle, which has gone from classic Australian television into the most classic Australian film of all time.
Actress Genevieve Lemon is one of the stars of a new play that explores the decision to kill Molly.
Shane Porteous, matinee idol.
By going into the writer's room, where they worked out what to do. It's called How to Plot a Hit in 2 Days. And 10 News Plus was invited into the rehearsal room for an exclusive sneak peek.
So what locations do we have and what cast availabilities? I mean, what are we juggling?
Blank check book mate.
What?
We can have whoever we want, whenever we want them. Hell, we can shoot it at Sydney Harbour Bridge during peak hour if we find a good way to slay Molly there.
The closest character to real life, I guess, but she still isn't quite that character, is the character Judy.
Award-winning playwright Melanie Tate is a devoted country practice fan.
She's close to Judith Cahoon, who was the great murderer of TV characters across the years on A Country Practice.
Who else did she kill?
She killed Sophie, Dr. Terrence's daughter. She killed Christopher, who was Molly and Brendan's little baby. She also wrote a really good wedding as well, though. To be fair to her, she wrote the really good heart stuff.
Whose wedding?
She wrote Vicky and Simon's wedding.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
As a fan of the show, to think back and go, oh my God, there were a group of writers who just had to come up with an idea, and they used the opportunity to create the idea of a good death. And I still tear up when I think about that.
The moment itself still resonates for a number of reasons. First, Anne Tenney and Shane Withington were a real-life couple, as well as an on-screen couple, as they still are today. And their genuine love shone through on screen, something Anne herself understood.
And it was a shock. I played her for, 4.5 years, and I thought, oh, isn't there another way? But realistically, there really wasn't. I think they did have to kill her off.
Secondly, it was easy to believe Emily Nicol as Chloe really was their daughter, as their bond was clearly very real.
I called Molly Mum and Bran Daddy, and I've seen them over the years, and they're just beautiful people.
You actually got to introduce Anne and Shane to your own little baby, which must have been, they must have felt like pseudo-grandparents.
It was like that. So we all got together for Lorraine Desmond's 90th birthday, and it was really lovely to see all the cast. And I had my Tia, my daughter, who must have been a few months old at the time, and they held her, and it was kind of like proud grandparent moment, which was very cute.
And the play's cast was also keen for an introduction.
This is the cast. I'm Jen. How are you? Oh, it's so nice to meet you. Congratulations.
And invited her to watch a bit of rehearsal.
It'll be a really interesting thing for you to watch.
You've got Georgie Parker starring in the play, and of course she was in A Country Practice. So how's that been working? And she must have memories that she's bringing up all the time.
She does. Look, Georgie Parker being in the show is so incredible to me as a fan, as possibly Australia's #1 fan of A Country Practice. So it's been really incredible having her here, but it's so funny how the second we start rehearsing or the second we spend any time with George. I forget about that.
From Molly, we need to see her take her last breath, of course, but...
Well, we need to say that she's made peace with dying and that she thinks Brendan and Chloe will be okay.
What did you think?
It was actually a bit emotional watching it because they talk about, like, you know, I've never thought about that, obviously. People have, but to be part of, you know, the ending of the story of this really beloved character.
I wonder if the writers knew this. It prepared children for a discussion that may not have come into their life before.
Well, that was actually something that they were very serious about. So when it was decided that she would die, James Davin asked the story room, the people that were preparing the episodes, to really think about the children, because the country practice at the time got something like 100 letters a day, fan letters a day, and 70 of them were for Molly. So he knew that this would be really rough on children. And so not only was there a lot of research done on the condition that she had and that she was dying of, but there was also a lot of research done on how to communicate death to children. And there's actually a few scenes within the show of Molly talking to Chloe about where she was going and why she wouldn't be around and that kind of thing. So it was something that they took very, very seriously.
Now, sometime very soon, Mummy's going away. Can I come?
Have you shown it to your own kids?
A little bit to my eldest daughter. I don't think she grasped it at the time, but now that they're getting a bit older, I think we'll sit down and watch some episodes together.